Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Fox 23 News. I'm Nicole Menor. The Southern Miss baseball team has found themselves in a rut for one of the first times this season after a loss last night to New Orleans. The Golden Eagles have now lost back-to-back games for the first time this season and have dropped 3 of their last 4, all of which were played at home. But Southern Miss stands 20-6 in conference play, and one win or a loss by La Tech or Florida Atlantic will clinch the Golden Eagles a regular season Conference USA crown. And last night's loss will have to be a thing of the past as their final conference series begins tomorrow night at Marshall. After the Southern Miss track and field team had a successful weekend at the Conference USA Championships, head coach Jon Stewart was awarded the Women's Outdoor Coach of the Year. And Stewart isn't downplaying how proud he is of the team.
We train in this type of weather all the time, and we're used to the humidity, we're used to the heat, but the kids just really took care of themselves, and they were not going to be denied. They were not going to be denied. We had kids that were cramping up, we had kids that were dehydrated, but they were just not going to let this trophy go. They were just going to hold on to it, and we were going to take it home. They just had so much heart over the last 4 days. This is just the culmination of just a tremendous effort from just staff, trainers, administrators, just everybody. This is just a great award for the entire Southern Miss nation.
The news coming earlier today that former SEC Commissioner Mike Slive passed away after losing a long battle with prostate cancer. He was 77 years old. Slive was one of the most successful commissioners in SEC modern history. He took on the role in July of 2002, and under his watch, SEC football teams won 7 consecutive Bowl Series national titles. The league expanded by adding Missouri and Texas A&M, and it became the wealthiest conference after the launch of SEC Network in 2014. During his 13-year tenure, SEC teams won 75 national championships in 17 sports. Slive was first diagnosed with the disease in the late 1990s and announced that the cancer returned in 2015, just shortly before he retired as commissioner, so he will be very missed. And a quick check-in on NBA playoffs. After the Celtics dominated the Cavs in Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals, the Cavs would look for redemption and try to even things out last night. But entering the night, the Celtics were 8-0 on their home court this postseason, and last night, that number would turn to 9. In what was an especially physical game, the Celtics used the third quarter to surge past the Cavs, 107-94. Game 3 isn't until Saturday night, so a little bit of a break, but Game 2 between the Rockets and Warriors going on right now. Golden State leads that series 1-0. Have you ever wanted to go back to high school and live out the glory days all over again? Well, be careful. 25-year-old was recently arrested in Texas for doing just that. Sydney Gilstrap Portley posed as a 17-year-old at Hillcrest High School, where he not only played basketball, but also was dating a 14-year-old.
Unfortunately, this was a perfect storm where when we had the issue of the Hurricane Harvey in the Houston area, he took advantage of that and portrayed himself as a victim of that event and enrolled himself in one of our schools. Student safety is the most important thing, and when you have an adult in with students like this, is inappropriate and unacceptable. So it's going to cause us to go back and look, was there anything we could have done to prevent this situation?
So, you know, it's one thing to be playing on the basketball team when you're 25, but then to be dating a
14-year-old, yeah.
It's a big no-no.
Wasn't good.
Not good.
Oh, my goodness. Can you imagine her parents?
It's a shocker.
Not
and
happy.
it took his former coach to be the one to realize, wait a minute, this
Something
guy
is wrong here.
already played for me
Yeah.
years ago.
Wow. Yeah.